And in the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Ghost. Let's be hypocrites. Christians, y'all need to clean some things up. Now, full disclaimer before I start this video. I am not saying that only Christians and conservatives have problems. But they are the majority of the people I know, and they are the people who I know the majority of the problems of. Because they talk to me all the time, and I see things on my Facebook that disturbs me, like, on a very personal level. I also would like to point out that I am a Christian, and that I don't have a problem with the Christian faith, I just have a problem with people acting like this. And it has nothing to do with you being Christian, I just have problems with you acting like this. Can we just stop blaming everyone else for our problems? Christians, people, everyone, I don't care who you are, can we stop blaming everyone else for our problems? I see it constantly, and I don't know why this exists, but we have this thing where we want to ban certain Muslim laws because we've gotten in this idea that Muslim equals terrorist, and yeah, okay, that's like saying that Christian equals crusader, because once upon a time, that's what happened. I hate to break it to you guys, I am not going to the Holy Land. Well, I might, but I'm not going there to take it over. Muslims are not the downfall of America. People acting crappy is the downfall of America. Being a Christian will not save America, because there are crappy people who are Christian. I know, because I've met them, and they're awful. I gotta say, your faith is not gonna save the planet. I mean, yeah, okay, I get it. Like, I'm a Christian, I believe that God is the ultimate way, that is my faith. I'm going to disagree with you if you're Muslim or if you're atheist, like Hindu, Buddhist, I don't care what your faith is. I'm always going to disagree with you on the fact of what will save my soul. That's fine. I'm not talking about that. That's not a problem. Like, I mean, I believe what I believe, and I'm going to be open about it with you, and I'll tell you what I believe if you ask me. I'm not going to force it on you, but I'll tell you. My problem is that people think that the only people who can be good people are Christians. Hey guys, hate to break it to you, studies have shown that per capita, Christians are meaner people than any other religion. Christianity does not equal good person. It doesn't work that way. Being a decent person is being a decent person. And let me say this about like blaming terrorism on Islam. Let's call terrorism pie. And let's call terrorists pie makers. And let's call Islam people. If the pie maker makes a pie and gives it to the people, and the people don't want the pie, the people are not responsible for the gosh darn pie! The pie was made independent of their wishes. They did not want the pie is just there, and they don't have to be responsible for the pie. Like, it's not their fault. And blaming terrorism on Muslims is like saying that because the pie exists, now they must eat it. And we are theoretically shoving this pie down their throats. Like, have you ever tried to shove a pie down someone's throat? That would be very painful and uncomfortable, and I wouldn't want somebody to shove pie down my throat, so stop shoving pie down people's throats. I ran out of breath. Do you, as Christians, want everyone blaming the Crusades on you? No, you don't, because I've heard you complain about it. A lot. It's obnoxious when people blame things on you based on your faith. Like, no, it's not my fault that the Crusades happened, and it's not even my faith's fault that the Crusades happened. They just happened independent of my existence and my faith. Like, yeah, they happened in the name of my faith, but it was a pie I didn't want to eat, and it's being shoved down my throat. And now we're shoving pie down other people's throats? Being a Christian isn't awful, and neither is being a Muslim. Like, they're just ways to be. It's just a part of who you are, and it's fine. Like, you do you, boo. It's all good. Like, nobody should give any kind of crap, but they do, because they want to. I don't know. If only Christians are running this country, we are undermining the whole point of America. Like, Pilgrims came here for religious freedom. That should not mean religious freedom for just the Christians. Constantine had this figured out hundreds of years ago. If you don't know who Constantine is, he's one of the emperors who wrote the Edict of Milan, which mandated religious freedom, and he later converted to Christianity, which made a way for Christendom to eventually happen. The Edict of Milan was specifically written for Christians, but he extended it to everyone because it was important, and it's important now. I get it, you're not a fan of other people's religious practices, but these aren't offensive pieces of anything. They're just a part of somebody's culture. Cultural relativism doesn't always work. Yeah, there's things like murder. Like, murder is a problem, and it shouldn't be okay in any culture. But there are certain obvious pieces of culture that are peachy. Like, there's no problem with somebody wearing a hijab. Now, if somebody doesn't want to wear it and they're being forced to, that's wrong. But that's not what I'm arguing. And what happens to a lot of people who express their culture, they get looked down on, and they get treated like there's something wrong with them. And it's funny because Christians complain about this. They complain about getting treated horribly for what they believe. For example, a lot of Christians want to maintain their virginity until they get married, and what happens with that is a lot of people outside who don't agree with that treat that as if it's oppression, and it's not oppression. Like, it's a decision. Like, you choose to maintain your virginity until you're married. And it's the same way. Christians treat people the same way that they're being treated. And they think people are so horrible for telling them that they're making a mistake by saving their virginity. Like, no, like, okay, first off, people telling people not to save their virginity, back off, because that's their thing. You can't touch that. That is theirs, and that is way too personal for you to say anything about. Also, Christians who are maintaining their virginity and complain at somebody tell somebody who's wearing a hijab that they're being oppressed. They chose that. That's what they want. That's their culture. That is a part of who they are, and that's okay. They're allowed to choose that. They shouldn't be told that it's automatically oppressive just because it's a thing. Like, no. A lot of people think clothes are oppressive, but I am 100% sure that there are very few Christians supporting the Free the Nipple campaign because they think it's immoral. If a Muslim is wearing a hijab and she has consented to the situation, she believes that showing that is either immoral or just not something she wants to do, and she doesn't have to. Religious freedom. Who knew? Just stop with the pie and the throat shoving. It's not good. Nobody wants to deep throat pie. That is all I have for you for today. I am still accepting your kind soul donations, so go ahead and press the subscribe button. If you have anything you'd like me to rant about, go ahead and put it in the ranting section below. If you haven't already, go ahead and like my Facebook page at Chris's Rant Agenda. And as always, remember, apathy is the worst disease. Do a thing. I'll see you next time.